Your feelings can be incredibly dangerous if they are not being created by you. Most of us, unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of us, live a life where the tail is wagging the dog. We live most of our lives reacting to life rather than being proactive, just responding. This is very dangerous, right? Because if you spend your life reacting, if you spend your life just responding to whatever life is throwing at you, if you live your life in a way where life is just happening to you, just hitting you, wow, rather than life happening for you or with you, you won't have any control, which means you won't be able to self-actualize because you're too busy reacting and responding. You're on your back foot all the time. So let's get into the specifics, right? Your feelings can make or break you, okay? It's those two. Your feelings can either build you or destroy you. So there's that. Now, number two, your feelings either come from or are created from an external or an internal focus, right? External feelings are created from things like songs you hear, television shows you watch, things people do and say, right? Something else is creating a thing, you're responding to it, it's making you feel a certain way. Those are the external feelings. You scroll through Facebook or YouTube, you see terrible news, politicians doing stuff you don't like, right? The media is hand-wringing about all types of disastrous things happening in our world. People fighting and feuding, protesting, rioting, whatever, carrying on, right? Of course, all of the stuff that you see is just people responding. And I think people have noticed by now that external forces like the media exist to wag the dog, to create feelings within you, to plant seeds in your mind that you had no intention of even putting in there. It does more than just inform, it creates, even distracts. However, internal sources that your feelings are created from, that means it all comes from you. Much like spirituality, it's a thing that can only be created and cultivated within you. It doesn't come from an external force. Now, you may need external things in your environment for the recipe, right? Like childhood experiences or fruits that grow on external trees, and you eat that fruit, you love the taste of it, it's your favorite fruit. You internalize your favorite. In your mind, that's your favorite. But even though those things happen externally, right? Your favorite fruit's an external. Your favorite food is external. Your favorite childhood memory, it's something that happened to you, it's external. External. But internally is when you can call on it at any given time. Right now, I can spend the next 5, 10, 15 minutes closing my eyes, taking a deep breath, right? And remember something that happened in my childhood. I can dive into that memory. And it makes me feel amazing. It brings me back. First thing that I recall, one of my favorite moments in my childhood, my experiences of going to a water park as a child. I love water. I take long showers. I love being by the water, sitting by the water, walking by the water, standing by the water, looking at the water, drinking water, eating fruits, foods with a lot of water. As a kid, I would play in the bathtub with water, bring all of my toys into the bathtub with me, with water, wash my hands for a really long time, obsessed with water in a weird way almost, right? So in tune with water, even on a spiritual level, one step removed from being an actual fish. But I can call on that in my mind and it'll shift my state. The way that I feel changes. Even me just talking about that water park, cruising through the lazy river with my mom and dad, right? Going to places like Splish Splash and Donny Park. I remember the inner tubes, how it felt to be in that little round donut, the inner tube, right? That keeps you afloat. And you sit right in the center of the donut. And I was a little kid, and I would sit in the donut and spread out, and my butt would be dipped in the water. I can remember that feeling. Being in the wave pool with the waves coming in and out, everybody's in the wave pool having fun. I learned how to swim in a wave pool. I remember how it felt to learn how to swim. I can go in the water and swim and move around, and I had control in the water. I wasn't just flailing around, drowning, fearing for my life. I had control in the water. I could swim. I could navigate. I was in the driver's seat, and that felt amazing as a child. I remember the smell of the chlorine water. I remember the smell of the grass and the trees. I remember the music that they were playing in the water park. I remember the temperature of the water, how it felt. I remember how my fingertips would prune up and I would get dried out from being in the water for too long. And my mom had to reapply sunscreen. How hot the ground was when I got out of the water and had to put my feet on the dry floor, the dry ground, right? That was scorching hot from the sun. But my feet were protected from that because they were wet from the water pool, right? The water slides. And my dad was a child just like me, so we enjoyed it a lot, right? Whereas my mom, she just wanted to relax. She wasn't childish like us. Hyperactive, want to run around and get on all the things. I remember that. I remember the snacks that we ate at the concession stands and stuff like that. I can go back there at any point in time. And even right now, as we speak, I'm in a tremendously good mood. I feel like I was just at the water park in my mind. It's amazing, right? How you can shift your state. You can do it in an instant. Take yourself back there. In the worst of times when we feel stressed, we can do this. We can call on this. Close your eyes. Think. Top 5 favorite foods. How they taste, how they smell, how they feel as you swallow them and they go into your stomach, how full you feel. Close your eyes. Think about it. Talk about it. Right? Immerse yourself in those good feely things, your favorites. For me, it may be my favorite fruits in my favorite water park. For you, it may be mom's mac and cheese. Preferably vegan mac and cheese, right? I'm biased like that. But take yourself back. Step out of all of the negative feelings that may have been imposed on you through external things and go internal. Create your own feelings and then use those feelings to get into realignment with what you want in your life. Your vision, your goals, the things that you want to manifest in your life. The joy you want to feel, you can create that right now and use those feelings to bring you back into alignment. This is how you go from the tail wagging the dog to the dog wagging the tail. This is how you get out of the passenger seat in your life to the driver's seat. This is how you gain control and you stay on the path to self-actualization.